talking about Jimmy Martinez, an add-on from Friday. I don't know if you were here on Friday, were you?
I sat in for a little while, but I don't have all of the numbers and papers or anything from it.
Oh, okay. This case is on a Jimmy Martinez, so it's just a write-in add-on, and it's 2024 CC 737-987. It's an indecent exposure, and Mr. Wood is telling me it should be a JSAP for 100 days. Is that what you have on that offer?
I have heard you mention that number and tried to look it up several times, and I don't know if it's a glitch with Odyssey, but it's saying no match. I'm not able to pull it up.
All righty. Mr. Wood, do you have the paperwork, Mr. Wood?
I've shipped it this morning, Miss Alcantar.
Okay, got it. Okay, you ready to talk to your client to get this case done?
Sure.
Okay, let me see if he's here. Give me a moment. Right, Mr. Wood, are you there? All
I
right.
am.
All right. I'm moving you to room 3. That's where your client is.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And Teresa, I was able to pull up the offer is 180 days JSAT.
180 days? He said a 100 days.
The offer that I see is 180.
Okay.
180. I'm trying to see how many days the defendant has, and I haven't been able to get to that yet.
Okay. Um, okay, let me go in there. Let me make sure that's what it is.
Looks like he has 232 on his most recent booking.
Okay, Mr. Wood's going to talk to his client.
And I'm showing 232 days on the most recent booking. So,
Oh, okay, 232. Okay, got
yeah.
it.
So,
Okay. Okay, and Mr. Wood is in 3. Let me talk to Pat Montgomery. Morning, Pat.
Good morning.
Morning, Pat.
Hi.
Pat, you got an offer on Daniel Zapata?
I do.
Okay. Just hold on a moment. Mr. Vega, you ready for a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Or,
got
sorry,
it. It's
yes.
Terry. It's Terry. Judge O'Connell will be here in just a moment.
Thank you.
And let me see if I can, where were you, Mr. Vega? For room 2. Let me see if I can find your client, Mr. Pat. Hold on. See, we're here. Zapata's on the
In Austin, this was for time served.
Time served, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Come on in, we're gonna have to sit right over there inside. Thank you.
All right, Pat, moving you to room 2, Pat. The client is here.
Thank you.
And Judge, we are ready on, let's see, who are we ready on? Mr. Vega, we're ready on Daniel Estrada.
All right. Got the state here, everybody?
Yes,
All right, it's clause number 740697, State of Texas versus Daniel Estrada. You Daniel Estrada?
Yes.
All right, speak up. Yeah?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, sir. Raise
Good
your right
morning.
hand. Raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can lower your hand. Hey, Mr. Estrada, is it all right with you that we proceed by video conference?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Oh, yeah, by the way, I apologize. I freaking walked out without my robe this morning. Too much Christmas shopping on my mind. I apologize. So that's why I got no robe on. I apologize to you and your lawyer, all right?
No
All right,
problem, sir.
it's all right. We go by video conference. Then let's see. You are charged. It says you are charged with the offense of no contest. All right, let me guarantee that's not the charge. It looks like you're charged with the offense of assault causing bodily injury. If the clerk could please help me out and change this from no contest to assault.
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you very much. You are charged, Daniel, with assault bodily injury. That's a Class A misdemeanor, punishable by up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Estrada, you got several legal rights at this point, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case. Mr. Estrada, what that means, sir, is you could ask the state to bring their witnesses into open court, testify against you, where your lawyer can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, Mr. Estrada, your lawyer can call as many witnesses as he would like for you or on your behalf in front of that same jury. Mr. Estrada, you understand you have those rights?
Yes, sir.
You also understand, Mr. Estrada, that you do not have to give up those rights.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, but if you want to give them up, you can, and you do it by filling out this paperwork that I'll share with you right now called the court's admonishments and defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and court admonitions. Mr. Vega, Mr. Estrada, did you go over this paperwork with your lawyer before you signed it?
Yes, I did.
You understand what's in these documents?
Yes.
Great, because these documents tell the court that you understand what you're charged with, you understand the range of punishment, and then you further understand you have all of these trial rights that we just talked about, but you're telling me that you want to give up those rights or waive them so you can enter into an agreement with the state of Texas on this case. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Mr. Estrada, evidently you have a plea bargain in this case. First thing you need to understand is I don't have to go along with your agreement. However, if I don't go along with your agreement for any reason, I will allow you to withdraw your plea and start all over again. So anything you say in the next few minutes will not be held against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Do me a favor, Mr. Estrada. The state of Texas here is going to tell us what the plea bargain is. Let's make sure it is what you agreed to. Go ahead, state.
Your Honor, the agreement is a $0 fine, court costs, 7 days in the Bear County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and the state asks that the judgment be satisfied.
All right, Mr. Vega, is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Judge.
Mr. Estrada, is that what you agreed to, sir?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Vega, does Mr. Estrada have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against him?
He does, Judge, and he was helpful in his defense.
And so you believe him to be mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into this plea?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Daniel Estrada, are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes, sir.
Please tell me how you plead to the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault causing bodily injury. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Oh, no contest.
You understand, Mr. Estrada, I can still find you guilty based upon that plea.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Anybody force you, threaten you, put you in fear, promise you anything to make you plead?
No, sir.
Doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I will accept your plea of no contest. Upon that plea, I find you guilty of the Class A misdemeanor assault bodily injury. Having made that finding, I assess punishment at zero fine to cost the court 7 days in the Bear County Jail. Cost the court the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, Mr. Estrada, which means your judgment is satisfied by the time you've already served. Mr. Estrada, this is a plea bargain. You do not have a right to appeal. Mr. Estrada, you got any questions?
Oh, no, sir.
You take care of yourself. All right. Merry Christmas. Good luck.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Right, Mr. Ross, what are we doing with your client?
Yes, Mr. Truinsky. Yes,
Truinsky.
I was just texting you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
If we could please set that to County Court 11 for contested setting, and
Okay.
we'll get moving on that.
Okay, set for contested MTR, send it back to 11. I got it. Thank you, Mr.
All right.
Ross.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
Barry, that was Troinsky that you just reset?
That is, Judge, on page 3, set for
Got it.
contested MTR. Yes,
Got it.
sir.
I was wanted to see if he was gonna say like when he's gonna say contested, over here. Kind of.
Justine, are you having problems with Odyssey? Are you able to get into it and do anything with Odyssey? Or are you still blocked from Odyssey?
We're still having problems with it.
Problems? Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Other people in the DA's office are as well.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
at the
like-
DA's office as well? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Angela. Okay, Brenda says she's,
I guess I'm gonna fight this.
Hello, hello. All right.
Mr. Wood, what's going on?
Well, I found the offer from Christian and it was in fact 180. How many days does he have in?
Mr. Alvord, you say he has over 200, correct?
232 on his most recent booking. Yes, ma'am.
232, Ted.
Any chance for a dismissal out of that generous prosecutor Hart?
No, unfortunately.
All right, well, I had to ask. Okay, can you send me back there, Terry? Which room?
You were in room 3. Okay. You should be able to go through the 3 dots. But if not, did you do it, Mr. Wood? Oh, there, he got it. He did it.
Sherry, we're good to go.
All right, Judge, you should have paperwork for a Jimmy Martinez, Judge. Let me
No,
make sure
I do not, but I do have one for Daniel Zapata.
Daniel Zapata belongs to,
Pat Montgomery.
okay, Pat is still in room 2, Judge.
Why? I already got the paperwork. What are they, just chatting?
Let me check, Judge.
Big fella.
I got no time for that nonsense, Ted. I got no time.
I'm down there, big fella.
Walked out without my freaking robe. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Angelique's a visiting judge ought to know better. I should have an extra like throwdown robe in the back of my Suburban. You know?
An extra layer today. I can see why you didn't
Yeah.
want. Never know how to dress.
How's it going?
Hey, good to see you. How are you? Happy holidays.
Good to be seen. Doing all right.
Glad to hear.
Hang in there.
Mr. Wood,
Yes.
go back to room 3, Mr. Wood. Your client hasn't signed his paperwork. It's on the screen now. He just needs to sign, but you have to go over it with him, please.
All right.
And Pat is here. Let me get. All right, Judge, there's Zapata.
Yeah.
Like to confirm that the prosecutor has the same information I have.
You guys need to chat? You need to go in a room, or what do you want to do?
I just wanted to confirm that it was JSAT before we started our plea. It's
It
a
is. It
All
is
right.
not.
It is not. Yeah. So there we go. Criminal trespass. So
What?
do I? Yeah.
So there's
I
no
know.
plea bargain, Pat, or what?
Well, he says that he's not agreeing to JSAT, so I guess there would be no plea bargain unless I was able to convince him to JSAT it.
You guys want to go talk?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm moving you to room 6.
Mr. Zapata,
Mr.
just hang
Alvoy?
tight, all right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Alvoy, move yourself back to 6. Use the 3 dots or something next to your screen or your name or something.
Oh,
and
what do you
move
got? I
back.
got my docket says 28 days in jail.
Yeah,
Judge,
yeah, he's got,
are you, Judge, they're offering probation.
No. And a criminal trespass, really?
Mr. Zapata, what room were you in, Mr. Zapata? Room 2? Go back to 2 over there. I'll put your attorney back over there.
I tell him he can plea open, Alex? Will the state request a jury trial?
I'm sorry, Judge?
I said I could tell him he could plead open, but then the state could request a jury trial if they wanted.
Yeah, I know. I know we've been down that road before with the. Yep. I just do the paperwork, Judge.
Yeah, I get it. I
know.
In 28 days for trespass. What the hell? They just gave guys 7.
I know.
They
I
just gave
saw
guys
that.
7
And then I
for
looked at
assaulting
the.
somebody.
I looked at the history too, and I'm like, oh.
All right, Judge. Let's see what come up with.
I got Jimmy Martinez paperwork now too, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me see if Mr. Wood comes out. Let me see if
I don't have that guy on my docket though.
yeah, it's an add-on from Friday, Judge. Mr. Wood said it was dismissed, but it was another case that was dismissed. So my office got their we're not on YouTube, are we?
Yeah, we are, as a matter of fact. Yeah, don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Yeah,
Where's
they
Brenda
wa-
Levenstein?
Brenda's already told me, she just emailed me, I'm putting on my war paint. I'll be there in a minute. I was like, oh, brother.
Right.
So that's what we're waiting for, Judge. Okay, I don't know who this is. Who is this, Angela?
Jimmy
Okay,
Martinez?
Jimmy Martinez, Judge. Let
Where's
me get
Ted?
Mr. Wood to come back to the main session.
We need the state, obviously, because they have to.
Yeah, let me go tell the state we got something ready.
You know,
I don't know what this guy's charged with either. Oh, there it is, indecent exposure. Okay.
Let's see.
Dad, we're just waiting on the state line.
all right.
Is there any way I could try to go off the street?
Do what?
If I speak.
I don't work in the jail, but, so you're gonna. Officer.
No.
All right, Judge, everybody is coming back, Judge.
Okay.
We'll be done with Mr. Wood.
Thank God, huh?
Yeah. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got a lot of problems this morning. All right, the state, okay. Yeah, here's the state. All right, Judge. They knew to come.
All right, here we go. All right, it's cause number 737-987, State of Texas versus Jimmy Martinez. Are you Jimmy Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Martinez. First of all, apologies. I forgot my freaking robe. I walked out without it, so I apologize for that to you and Mr. Wood. Could you raise your right hand for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez, is it all right with you that we proceed by video conference?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You are charged with the offense of, hang on a second.
Judge, you can tell him to put his arm down.
Oh yeah, put your arm down, Jimmy. Sorry. Justine, if you would, it's this paperwork's wrong too. It says I, and then it says IND. That should be his name, obviously.
Okay, I'll
It
correct
says
it.
it in 2 places on 2 pages. So just change that to Jimmy Martinez.
Okay,
All right, thank you. Mr. Martinez, you're charged with indecent exposure, a Class B misdemeanor. That's punishable by up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bear County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mr. Martinez, you have several legal rights. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case, which means you could ask the state to bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, where Mr. Wood, your lawyer, can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, Mr. Martinez, Mr. Wood can call as many witnesses as he would like for you or on your behalf in front of that same jury. Mr. Martinez, you understand, sir? You have those rights.
Yes, sir.
You also understand, Mr. Martinez, that you do not have to give up those rights.
Yes, sir.
But if you want to give them up, sir, you can. And you do it by filling out this paperwork called the Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court Admonitions. Mr. Martinez, did you go over this paperwork with your lawyer before you signed it?
Yes, sir.
You understand what's in these documents?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Because these documents tell me, Mr. Martinez, that you understand what you're charged with, you understand the range of punishment, and you further understand you have all of those trial rights we just talked about, but you're telling me you want to give up those rights or waive them so you can enter into an agreement with the state of Texas in this case. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes, sir.
Great. Then I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cost. Mr. Martinez, evidently you have a plea bargain in this case. First thing you need to understand, I don't have to go along with this agreement. However, if I don't go along with your agreement for any reason, I will allow you to withdraw your plea and start all over again. So anything you say in the next few minutes will not be held against you if that happens. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Martinez, listen up. State of Texas is going to tell us what the plea bargain is. Let's make sure it is what you agreed to. Go ahead, state.
This is a JSAT offer, Your Honor. It's a $0 fine, court costs, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to earn concurrent, and it is the state's intention, and we ask that the judgment be satisfied.
All right, Mr. Wood, is that the agreement?
Yes, it is, Judge.
All right, Mr. Martinez, is that what you agreed to, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ted, does Mr. Martinez have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against him?
Yes, sir.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses?
Yes, sir.
In your opinion, is he legally competent to waive his rights and enter into this plea?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jimmy Martinez, you a citizen of the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me how you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of indecent exposure. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Mr. Martinez, you understand I can still find you guilty based upon that plea?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you, threaten you, put you in fear, or promise you anything to make you plead?
No, sir.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. I will accept your plea. Upon that plea, I find you guilty of indecent exposure, Class B misdemeanor. I assess punishment at $0 fine, the cost of court, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment is satisfied by the time you've already served. Mr. Martinez, is a plea bargain. You do not have a right to appeal. Mr. Martinez, any questions, sir?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is this run concurrent with my criminal mischief?
I don't know. That wasn't in the plea bargain.
Ted,
can you help me out?
The criminal mischief was TIC'd in the 379th last Monday.
Jimmy, that was already dismissed.
Okay,
So
sir.
it doesn't need to run concurrent. So that one's over. This is the only one you got.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, you take care of yourself. Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. You too. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Ted. Good seeing you, brother.
Nice to see you, Judge. See you, Jimmy. Good luck. Take care.
All right, brother.
Bye now.
Pat, what are we doing?
I'm trying to do is make my microphone work. The state is not going to demand a jury trial, so it's an open plea.
Open plea. Got it. All right. Does Zapata know that? You explained it to him, or do you?
Yes, sir. He and we discussed that possibility.
He's aware where you're worried about this. So I already told him the situation and then he's gonna see it.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, it's cause number 741-731, State of Texas versus Daniel Zapata. Are you Daniel Zapata?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, sir.
morning.
Raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can lower your hand, Mr. Zapata. All right,
Yes,
hey,
sir.
look, first of all, I want to apologize to you and your lawyer. I forgot my robe this morning, so it's not the way I normally dress, but I apologize, all right?
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Zapata, is it okay with you that we proceed by video conference?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. You are charged with the offense criminal trespass to private property. That is a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have several legal rights applying to this case, Mr. Zapata. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case. What that means, Mr. Zapata, is you could ask the state to bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, where your lawyer can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, Mr. Zapata, your lawyer could call as many witnesses as he would like for you or on your behalf in front of that same jury. Mr. Zapata, do you understand, sir, you have those rights?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you also understand, sir, that you do not have to give up those rights?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, but if you want to give them up, sir, you can. And you do it by filling out this paperwork I have before me called the Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court Admonitions. Mr. Zapata, did you go over this paperwork with your lawyer before you signed it?
Yes, sir, I did.
And do you understand what's in these documents?
Yes, sir, I do.
Wonderful, because these documents tell the court that you understand what you're charged with, you understand the range of punishment, and then you further understand you have all of those trial rights that we just talked about, but you're telling me that you want to give up those rights or waive them so that you can, so that you can enter into an agreement with the state of Texas normally, but I understand there is no agreement in this case. So basically, you're telling me that you don't want to contest these charges and you're going to let the judge decide what happens to you. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Normally at this time, I would say you have a plea bargain, but you do not have a plea bargain in this case. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're just going to enter into a plea and you're going to let the judge decide what happens to you based on how many days you served and things like that, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, State, why don't you tell me what you want?
Your Honor, the offer that was not accepted was for there to be a term of probation, and the reason for that is because the state wants a no contact order with John Jay High School. The individual has multiple prior felonies and misdemeanors. What I have is that he was found laying down with marijuana at the boys' locker room, and he admitted to smoking. My understanding has been represented by defense is that the defendant has adamantly rejected various treatment offers that have been presented. And so the state's primary concern is that there is a way to enforce and have teeth behind a no contact order or some other legal thing that ensures that Mr. Zapata will not be back causing more problems at John Jay High School.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Can anybody tell me how many days he has in?
About 30, Judge. He was arrested December 15th.
So he's been in jail for
Or
30
excuse
days?
me, November 15th. He was arrested.
32.
I got 28 on my docket sheet. Okay. All right. So there is no plea bargain, Pat, right?
That is correct, Your Honor. May I
Okay.
address the court?
Yeah.
Judge, first of all, he was not found in a locker room. Mr. Alvord tried to tell me that, but I'd already read the report, so I knew that wasn't true. He was found outside the locker room. The state just told you he was found in the locker room.
Oh, I thought he said outside. I
Oh,
thought he
okay,
said
good,
outside
good.
the
I
locker
just
room.
wanted to make sure it was very clear, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Zapata was offered a pretrial release on a PR bond that would have required him to stay in a facility that he believes exposes him to other people who may be using drugs, may be a bad influence. Differing people have different beliefs of how lifetime recovery works, but he wanted to put this sad incident behind him. The main motivation that the state has, and Mr. Alvord told me and he's told you, is they want to make sure that Mr. Zapata does not go to John Jay High School again. Mr. Zapata, according to the police report, told the officers that he didn't remember being criminally trespassed months earlier from all, not just John Jay, but all Northside Independent School Districts. Perhaps he didn't remember that field trespass warning, but I'll tell you what, Judge, after 30, they said 32?
He knows
32
now.
days in jail.
I know now.
Oh,
for
he
sure.
knows now. So I think that in conjunction with the fact that your judgment is technically an enforceable court judgment, and if you order him to stay away, there's certainly no dispute that he has been warned multiple times to stay off of school property. He will assure you that he'll stay off of school property. It just and he just wants to dispose of this case.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Zapata, no matter what happens today, you need to stay away from that. There's a lot of places
Yes.
to chill. That's not one of the places, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Funny, that's
Most
exactly
definitely.
All right, then. All right, there being no plea bargain, the court is going to find that the defendant did in fact. Well, let me do this. He's going to have to enter into a plea first. So,
Yes, sir.
Pat, do you find your client to have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against him?
He does, Judge.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses? It sounds like he has.
He has, Your Honor.
And in your opinion, is he legally competent to waive his rights and enter into this plea?
Yes, sir, he is.
All right, Mr. Daniel Gabriel Zapata Jr., are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes, sir, I am.
Please tell me how you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass to private property. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I'll plead guilty.
Okay. Pat, would he rather go no contest since he doesn't remember?
Okay, I put guilty on the.
That don't matter.
on
We
the
can
plea
change it.
bargain
Justine can
paper.
change it.
Let's change it to no contest then. Thank you for the
Mr.
suggestion. Your Honor.
Zapata, what no contest means is you're not disputing the charge. Like, I get to enter an adjudication, but you're not disputing it, but you're also not saying I did it, because it doesn't sound like you remember much.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
So, all right, I'll accept your no contest plea. Upon that plea, I do find you guilty of, nobody's forcing you or threatening you to do this, right, Mr. Zapata?
No, sir.
You're doing it of your own free will.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea of no contest. Upon that plea, I find you guilty of criminal trespass private property. I assess punishment at 0 fine, the cost of court, and 28 days in the Bear County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment in this case, Mr. Zapata, is satisfied by the time you've already served.
Thank you.
This was not a plea bargain. However, since I did admonish you correctly and you've had the benefit of very good counsel, I don't see a right to appeal.
Yeah.
There might be one, Pat, but I don't see it as we speak right now.
Not
Okay.
going to happen,
No.
Judge, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Zapata, any questions, sir? I gave you time, sir.
No, sir. Thank you
All right,
very
you stay
much.
away from any schools, all right?
Most definitely will.
All right. You take care of yourself. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome, sir.
Thanks for your patience with my on and on, Judge. Thank you
You're
for
fine,
your
Pat.
patience,
You're fine,
Mr.
brother. It's
Alvord.
good seeing you.
And Merry Christmas to everybody if I don't see you between now and
Appreciate
then.
that.
All right, take care. Bye.
Ms. Levenstein, Terry?
Is conferring judge in room 3 with the interpreter. This is a Spanish case, Spanish speaking case, Judge. Do you want me to get the bonds on?
Well, who's the bond lawyer?
Richard Garcia, Judge. I haven't told him to log in yet, though. Would you like me to tell him?
Yeah, I mean, if he's here, sure.
4:30. Let me get you on that a bit.
You log in, dear, please. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye. Ms. Beck's got a client on the docket today, Judge. It's number